That can go away. Oh, I think we're live. Yeah, we are live. Bear with me. I have no idea. I'm still getting used to this. I know I said I'd make this more regular, and that totally fell through, but we're going to try and make up for it. I feel so out of practice, too. That's filler, okay? That's filler, okay? I'm doing this because I don't know what to do. Hell of a way to start a stream. Anyway, this stream, what I'm hoping to do is go over the new sample pack that's coming out with me and the Slap Experts. And I'm going to take you through it. I'm going to take you through some of my favorites. We're going to talk about them. I'll show you how I played some of them. I'm probably not going to be able to play through all of them like flawlessly or anything like that, because there's some of them are pretty hard. I don't even remember how they go. A lot of them. I remember a few off the top of my head. Let me pull up YouTube so I can see who's all here, because OBS is running the stream and I haven't really looked on YouTube. Okay, so I'm live. It says somebody's watching. Hey, how you doing, whoever you are? Let's take a look. Able to play. Oh my God, my own voice. You heard that. Oh, hey, Pearl. It's Pearl. How you doing, Pearl? It's good to see you. We're going to be going through Mandelbrot, the new pack coming out. You probably already heard me say that, but it's supposed to be. It was intended. Well, Mandelbrot. This pack started as a sequel to Chill Bites, the video game stuff that was happening on there. And I went and got a string library and orchestral plugins, right? Hopefully to make movie music, like Hans Zimmer style. And then the computer couldn't run those. It can now, but at the time I tried it and it was such a letdown. So I think there's 2 loops in there that sound like they're right out of a movie. And what I was doing at the time was writing music to movies that were playing on the computer. And after that, I was like, well, let's go back to the drawing board. Let's go back to what worked. Kaleidoscope worked. So I used a lot of the same sounds, the Rhodes, let's find it. I put some new sounds on here. Here we go. Here they are. This Rhodes. That's gonna be on there. You're gonna hear the piano I always use. I call it the Barber Go-To Grand. If I'm not mistaken, you do get my detuning chimes. What else? Oh yeah, you can't have an Aaron Barber pack without this one. There were a few new sounds that showed up in this pack. This one, I don't think we got this one in Kaleidoscope. It's a very pretty pack. There's a lot of... No, I don't think I used these. These were... Or maybe I did. I don't know. A lot of changes have happened on... just with everything since I was making that pack. But a lot of the regular sounds... Oh, this sound made a comeback. I love that one. I love that. It takes a few of the melodies that end up in the pack. Okay. So the strings on the Nord, I wasn't too happy with them. The string library that I had, that I originally bought for the I called it Cineslaps at the time, so it was going to be movie music. What I did was I took the strings that were in the VST, I sampled them, and ran them into the Nord, so I could use them in some capacity, because they sound nice. And I think the Nord does a nice job of processing them. This is those. Thank you, Pearl. Thank you. I need to actually... Shoot, that's what I need. I need to install Discord. I haven't installed it since I started everything up. There's so much to do. So much to do with so little time. Oh, race car drivers. We're very impressed with this Honda Civic. I think those are actually kind of nice cars, though. This very low strings. As you get higher up on the keys, though, you start tell it's sampled. But down low, it sounds pretty good. Oh, we can't talk about Mandelbrot without the inclusion of these my first use of brass sounds. And that's these staccato brass hits. I wanted to include more. Well, I wanted a full orchestra. That was the plan, and I took whatever sounds I could work with, and this staccato brass was very James Bond like. So there's a few in there that have these. I didn't want to overdo it and have them on everything, you know. But there's one called Planned and Plotted. So they do a lot of this. This sort of thing. And I'm gonna release a video of me playing through some of the different sections, some of the footage that I have of me working on Planned and Plotted. I have video of me working on Planned and Plotted. I have one. Shoot, I don't even remember their names. That's sad. That's sad. Now, let's open it up. Let's open it up in Ableton. I'm gonna move chat over here. Cool. Let's open Ableton, and let's get you to where you can see Ableton. There. Should have a good view of it now. Let me just double check. Let me double check OBS. Okay, perfect. Cool. I think I'm actually just gonna leave. I'm more. Give me a bit. Let me move the chat to where I can see. I swear I need another. Oh, okay, good. I'll hold that right there. I am learning. This one, Cascade. Cascade is beautiful, and it started as in just a movement I've always done since middle school. When I started playing, I'd always, put my fingers on the desks and, act like I was playing. And it's a habit that's always kind of stuck with me. And this movement here was always something I've done. But I never tried actually putting it on the keyboard until I did Cascade. And I settled with E minor. I started in D minor. Sounded like this. Something like that. But as long as I kept that tapping motion going, so think like, I guess, Eddie Van Halen with his tapping. This might be the equivalent. But we did it in E minor. And I will transition to that here. Here we go. That part's always hard. Except it doesn't do that. That's just me improvising. I'll go ahead and play it for you. Here we go. I might do some things here on the Nord just to play along on sounds that are not in it, but just full discretion. I'm gonna do the whole siren. I'm gonna do that whole bit sometimes just because I love this. There it is. There's the real thing. And at some point, we jump into G minor. Oh, well, actually, we jump into it here. I forgot I had the markers up there. I didn't want to add the siren synth for this. I wanted to just leave it without the lead. I figured the Rhodes and piano and bell synth were enough. It's very Tim Burton at that part. And then we come back around into the main section. And the idea behind this one was to create a sequel to the track from Kaleidoscope called There's Something More Going On Here. And that one, it had a bass and everything, but I needed to do this without. But there are a few in Mandelbrot that do have bass. It sounded like this. Something like that. It has that sixth movement over the five, that submedian on the tonic. That Stranger Things kind of movement, I wanted that to appear here, and I think it did at some place. I think, well, this whole bit. Yeah. That was supposed to be like sequel to that, a little callback to that, and I did have a full loop. I think it sounded like this. No, I don't. I called it sus chords, and it was supposed to be like an Among Us reference. I haven't played Among Us. I just like the game, and it used the motif from Something More Going On Here that goes. Does that. And this one was going to be very similar, but we get that in the form of. This one was a lot of fun to make up. So I think I'll show you the Rhodes. I'll isolate the Rhodes, that way you can take a look at it before we release the pack. I'm not sure when it's going to release. I want to send that promotional video to Kurt, have him take a look at it, see what he thinks. Let me solo this, actually. Oh, wrong one. Where's the Rhodes? I use two pianos here, or three if you count the Rhodes. I have this old piano called Watch the Rain, and I like to use it up high. It's got a nice delay on it. layered with the Royal Grand from the Nord. And then let's... Oops. I actually have all the pianos that I've used from Slap Experts all in one little bank on the Nord. So we've got the one that's used commonly in this one. We've got the Cupcakin piano, which I don't think it makes any appearance in Kaleidoscope. I'm sorry, Mandelbrot. We've got the piano from Chill Bites. And then we've got the Watch the Rain, which is new to Mandelbrot. And then I actually don't have another piano. That's a Rhodes that's on the Nord. But let's go back. Let's listen to the Rhodes on its own. And forgive me, I'm getting used to this new... I have a new mouse. Seeing everybody use these trackball mice, and the other one's kind of... I have to move it around a lot. Let's solo the Rhodes, and let's take a look at that Midi together. Bear with me, very slowly. Oh. Oh. What's doing that? I see. Okay, so... Or not. Don't tell me. Did I really? That's interesting. So I think... Disaster stream. That's all good. I think the Rhodes somehow got blended with the Watch the Rain piano. Okay. But there's a Rhodes in there, though. Oh, I see. Never mind. No, it didn't. Okay, I'm wrong. I'm sorry. I haven't opened up this session in a long time since it was written. Really, I finished it and exported it and moved on. Here we go. Let's follow along. Here's the Rhodes just by itself while the arpeggio is going on. There it is. Da, 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 na, na. It sounds really nice up high. Very Christmassy. Other instruments. There's the G minor. Diminished chord. This is how it ends. I don't really do one of those fancy endings. It just sort of ends like that. I didn't think anything more needed to be said. Although when I started making that video, I wish I had done an ending for it, right? Like one of those, you know, something like that. I kind of wish I had embellished it more when the video had been made. But it's done. Which was an... Oh, well, let's go to Planned and Plotted. Planned and Plotted is one of the bigger, more full loops in Mandelbrot. And it's very... Oh, you'll like it. You'll like it. It's good. I love this one. Here we are. Waveforms loading up. Let's take a listen. Curtis loved this one. I think... Yeah, Curtis loved this one. I think this was one of the first ones he sampled from it. Let's go to the piano and take a look at the Midi, because I'm curious as to how I played this. I remember it being hard. Here comes the brass. And the bass is there too. The thinking behind this, I'm remembering it now, was I wanted to make something in the style of Nautilus by Bob James. I like that part. Oh, there's that. There's that little melody. That's my favorite. And what Bob James would do is he'd write a bass part for Idris Muhammad. He'd start with the bass part first, and then everything would get layered on. And that's how I did this one. I started with the bass in the very beginning. It's a big piece. And that's sort of where it falls off. It starts to finish up. I think these are the strings. I know it says Farfisa, and there is an organ in this pack. And I believe I used the same mixing for the strings. Yeah, those are the strings. There's one of those endings. Ooh, I love that. I love it. Can you hear it okay? I think you can, because I can hear it. I'm listening through the same source as you, so I should be able to hear it pretty good. Let me know if it hurts your ears or is coming in too quiet. Let me know if my voice is too loud. I never dialed everything in. Well, everything moves. Everything. I actually just tore down the whole setup and flipped it around so the microphone wasn't picking up, because it was picking up audio in the kitchen because it's a dynamic microphone. It picks up whatever it's pointed at, and the kitchen is just in the next room, and the microphone was pointing there. But let's see. This one was this piano, we're in C minor, and I'm playing mostly on the tonic. And I tease that sort of the movement to the submedian, which is this, the diminished chord that runs through the key is attached to. See why I haven't come out with my course yet? I don't really know how to explain it. I know how I think about it. It is one of the chords that is attached. The diminished chord can be. If you turn it into the diminished seventh, it's a diminished major seventh. If you turn that into a diminished major seventh, it has this very tense sound, and that's why melodies like this. That's why they sound so tense over the tonic, because of that submedian and that diminished chord. Diminished chords like to turn into dominant chords. I'm probably gonna say this every stream, because that's been my whole, that my music revolves around that, all of diminished chords and submedians and all that. that happens, I think. And I think let's talk about the climax of this loop. That's my favorite part. We start here, I think. We're building up. Wow. That's it. Okay, so it's this was the precursor to the whole. And what's happening here is we're hanging on that G. The G, now the G becomes is what's playing in the bass, and it's holding us there. And we kind of tease that we're going back to C minor, but no, we're right back. And then when we do land there, we're gonna walk back. We're gonna walk up the C minor. Just those 5 notes. Just that, the first 5 notes of the scale. And we're gonna go right back to the submediant. We're gonna leave the key of C minor using, I think this is called Circle of Fourths. This is a submediant in the key of F minor. We're just gonna walk down F, in F minor, not really using too many notes from it. We're using the ones that are common to both C minor and F minor. And then we're gonna get to that G, which is a tritone away. And we're gonna resolve it. Or we're gonna act like we're resolving it. And then I'm gonna go to C minor and resolve it. Run up the scale. Whoops. And we get here. I hit this B flat, and then I'm gonna do this grace note from G to A and slide chromatically and add this F sharp diminished 7th in my left hand and we'll run down that chord. And I think it goes to F minor after that. I'll play it once more for you. Let's start here. Where are the climax? G. I did good. I did good there. And then I'm going to run up. Run down that F sharp and then 7. Ooh, I thought I went to F minor after that. I went. Something like that. So I go from this F sharp diminished 7th. I'm learning here too, relearning my own piece. F sharp diminished 7th to the D flat. That's so cool. And that's when it's gonna go back. I think that's from the D flat. It goes back to the G. Let's see. I love that. And we're winding down. Because I honestly didn't know where to take it after that. The brass is from Metropolis Arc, is what the VST is called. We sort of get that synthesizer doing... I think I'm doing octaves there. It kind of sounds like Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. I love melodies C minor like that. Especially jumping from C minor to D flat. To F minor, and we get that. I know with modes it's called Phrygian. We get that Phrygian sound, where we get this instead of. But I just think about it. I separate them. I don't do modes. I separate them and think about them as two different keys rather than thinking them as the same key. And what I'm doing there is these mono synthesizers are very good for shredding and gliding like that. So I'll hold one note with my thumb. Let me see if my keycam is not working. I don't even have it up. Shoot. I'll get that back up next stream. But I'll hold a note with my thumb and I'll go here so you can see me. Well, I can't see me. If I can't see me, you can't see me. You see me now. Okay. So I'll go like this, except this is my left hand, but I'll put my, I do it better with my right. Okay, thumb on the note that I'm holding, and then I'll go like this. And this one I'm actually using my two fingers here. And that's what gets that. Combined with a pitch bend. Something like that. Let's take a look at the other. The strings. Let's talk about the string part. Let's go listen to those, because those do something pretty interesting that I really like on that on the tense part. Here we go. When we're holding that G as our bass note. I hope I didn't call it a farfisa in the pack, because it's not a farfisa, those are strings. I hope to God I labeled them right. And I think that's where we're going to jump to D flat. There's D flat. Going back, we're holding this C as our bass note, and I'm playing this. What would you say this is? What would you call that? I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna use Meticulous because I am out of practice. I think it's a C half diminished. I think that's what you call it. Oh, it's a C minor major 7th. I'll show you Meticulous too. I love that. think we're still doing this. Let's take a look at the Midi. I want to see what the strings are doing there because I really love that part, the way it came out. So I think that is... Oh, Meticulous. No, Meticulous, go away. So let's go back to Ableton and take a look. There goes another one. They always wake up my son. And he's napping right now. Those cars always wake him up. So I'm holding G, top notes on F, so it looks like I'm thinking as an, you know, this is thinking, I'm thinking about this like an inverted C minor, which can become this, it's so easy to move from this inversion of C minor to G major. It's, you move just 2 fingers to get it done. So I think that's why I made the melody like that. That's pretty cool. I really like this one. And there's... Still getting used to the new mouse. Not quite there with it yet. And right there, I think I'm actually just mimicking, following the chords. Not doing anything too fancy with strings. Just following them exactly. There's something that happens that's very nice right here with the strings. And I will, this little thing. Like the toccata and fugue, if it were in C minor. Let's solo that and hear it on its own. Very nice. What's next? What should we go to next? So that was one of the big ones. Let's go and look at one of the more reserved loops. It doesn't have the brass. I don't believe it even has strings. I think it's a lot like Cascade. I think it uses the same sound template as Cascade does, which is a Rhodes, the piano, and the other piano. Let's take a listen. Kind of starts off on an offbeat. This is the piano we're watching here. I think this is the highlight of the loop. Typical layering in C sharp minor. This is usually the movement I do. This piano isn't very interesting. It doesn't move all that much. Little ending. Well, I think the idea behind this one was to do small things on every part so it all adds up. Let's look at the Rhodes, if it is a Rhodes. There it is. Let's listen to the piano along with it. And I'll turn its volume down so we can really hear it. I think the Rhodes is usually my favorite piano instrument to play with. As much as I love doing piano. Ooh, I don't remember it doing that. That movement was very hard to do at first. And now I've kind of got it to where I'll harmonize with my left hand. And what a lot of this piece is a C sharp minor and a B major. So this whole movement, it's usually what it's doing. And then I think it walks down. Then we go into the... Ooh, that's hard to do with the hands apart. So if you want to get a good keyboard workout and train your hand independence, do the same, mirror it in your hands. Do the same thing. Far apart, like you're doing a wide bar workout. Oof, it's hard. I don't think I do this in the track, but I love the minor 6 chord. It's just if you're ending on the tonic and you want to add a little bit of mystery, you can throw in the 6. What would you call this? You look at it like a minor 7 flat 5, I believe. Is that what you'd call it? I'm backed up on my studies. I have not studied. I've been working on getting all this stuff working, so I am rusty in my playing and I am rusty in my terminology. But I want to say it's minor 7 flat 5. No, that's a minor. Okay, no, I'm wrong. I'm dead wrong. It's not a minor 7 flat 5. But the theory behind it, I think, is what makes... Oh, hell, I don't know. I know it's a minor 6 chord. That much I do know. There's a way to work diminished chords to be able to use these in your scale. I know, you know, if you're thinking about modes, because that's originally how I learned was through modes. This would be Dorian mode. C sharp, Dorian mode. Very soulful. But the diminished chord allows you to bend the scale in such a way that you have access to that. Now, I'm still learning about why that works. That's why I don't know quite how to explain it without using modes. But I will be mode free very, very, very soon. What else do I have? What do we have going? Oh, we got the bells. Let's go listen to those synth bells. Find them on the keyboard here, because I want to be able to play it with it. Here it is. That's hard. I remember having, I think I had trouble recording that little part. Let's find those bells. It's the synth. Okay. Oh, and that's right. I recorded two instances of the audio for these, so that and I offset it by a few milliseconds, which you'll see here, to create phasing. If you don't have a phaser in your DAW and you want to have some sort of a phasing sound effect, you can record, bounce it to audio and then duplicate it and just move it over by a millisecond or two, and you'll get a beautiful phasing effect. Let's take a look at the MIDI while we're here. Not doing much, actually. That's what I'm doing there. There's the arpeggio. And I remember this part being like a breath of fresh air getting to come out of that. Oh, and here it comes again. Far apart this time. And this is a little ending, I believe. That's a nice little track. I like that one. And it's called Ensemble of Colors because all the parts are generally pretty small. I think except for the piano. The piano is the most active one, I believe. Let's hear those together. Come on, there we are. Okay. I kind of wish I added a bass guitar to this. It would have been good. I love that little part. This was one of those that got stuck in my head for weeks after writing it. Let's hear everything together now. I believe the free tempo section of the pack, because just like Kaleidoscope, I gave you 15. I think I gave you 15 free tempo sections. There's a lot of them that are like this, to where the melodies all sync up like that. And while they are free tempo, they do work in an ensemble. Let's look at another one. Let's look at one of the ones I don't like. One of the ones that while I was writing it, I did not like it, and the melody changed a few times. I think this is oh, Tape Boy. I need to install that on this one. I did use Tape Boy for some processing. I definitely want to get more Slap Experts plugins on my sessions. This was one of those that had that. Let's see how it affects it. This one's a big loop, from what I remember. You go from A minor to F sharp minor. And this diminished chord is going to help take us back into A minor. We have the delay going. I'll show you how I did that. I guess I didn't like this one. I don't know why I didn't like it. Oh, the original melody on the synthesizer. That's fine. That's fine now. What is that? Where's the Midi on that? Okay. So this synthesizer originally was going to be doing this. In the beginning. But it sounded obnoxious. Here, I'll play it for you like that. And it sounded, I did not like the way it sounded. So I'm going to mute the audio track. That's how I did it. Let's see if I can do it right. Haven't done this in forever. Okay, yeah, you'll be able to hear it. I just didn't want, I wanted to make sure you could hear it. Never mind, you can hear it too well. Where's it coming from? One of these tracks is playing... Okay, hold up. Hold up. Oh, I got the wrong one. I muted the wrong track. Okay, hold on. Bear with me. Here it is. My labeling. I'm gonna do better on my labeling in the next one. Where's the MIDI? Where's the MIDI for that? Oh, the MIDI's down here. That's right. Okay, so this session was... I wrote it early on in the process, and then in order to mix it, I came back later, and because of latency, hardware latency, the notes were sounding just really out of tempo. And so I fixed that within Ableton and came back and re-recorded it. That's why things are so all over the place. Like this external instrument here, that's the MIDI for the synth line. But the audio for the synth line is up here because originally that's where it was. It was in Movie Lead. That's so weird. I remember that not being fun at all. So let me mute the audio, and I'll play it the original way, which I'll show you why I didn't like it. Something like that. Okay, well, I didn't like the way it was sounding. I played it better than that in the original recording. Something like that. Just the beginning is what's different here. Because I think now I go... And then it jumps into the C minor section. I'll let it play because I do not remember how to play this at all. I'll play with it though. Diminished 7th, and then that's what takes us back to A minor. D minor here. D. E. I think it's E suspended and not E major. Because I think I wanted that E minor feel without actually playing E minor. Let's listen to that. Yeah. A minor 9 there at the end. Ah, the Rhodes. The Rhodes in this track has a heavy delay on it. And I think I have it still set that way. Let's see. I think the Rhodes is only doing arpeggios in this one. Yeah. From D back to A. But of course I did it a lot cleaner. From there it went to C. C minor 7th. And then F sharp minor. to the diminished seventh. Back to A. I think that's all the Rhodes does. Let's see. Does it ever play chords? Not really, no. Well, we've got this little middle section. Let's see what it does. Sometimes I don't even go back and listen to what the parts do because they just sort of just fall right where they should. No, it plays the little melody. So that's what you call an A minor add 9. And what you're doing is you're adding the extension, you're adding what's called the 9. It's the second note in the chord between A and C. This one has a very somber feel to it. And then I walk up to the... There it is. Very subtly. I think that's the same movement from Cascade. And we're back to that. To the way I do that, I was going to say it's a two-handed movement. That's not a two-handed movement. So that is... What would you call that one? I'm going to cheat. I'm going to use meticulous because I don't want to tell you the wrong thing. Okay, I should have just said it. A minor add 11. That's what I was thinking it was because that's... You're playing an A minor triad here. I add the 7th, but the triad, and then you play with your middle finger the D. And that's called an A minor add 11 because the D is the 11th extension. So an extension is where you add notes. You know, add notes to the chord to make it bigger. But what we're doing here is instead of making the chord huge, which is a two-handed movement like that, I am instead playing it with one hand by bunching all the notes together. And I am playing them with my thumb. I'm playing C and B with one finger, with my index finger, and I'm just putting it right on the... right in between them. And then my ring finger and middle finger take care of D and E. And my pinky will take care of the G. It creates this very warm chord. So I will run up this triad, this 7th that we've built. I leave the D out. I'm sorry, I leave the B out. And I'm just playing an add 11. And I'll run up slowly like an arc until I can get it. That's how I practice that. Slowly at first. And one note at a time, run up. And just hop your hand over to the next A minor in the next octave. A minor add 11 in the next octave. And that's how that came out. There is a section, I think, where I mimic every chord doing that. I go... So practice that, and I hate to sound like all the musicians that tell you to play it in every key, but that's kind of how I did it. Was I practice this sort of movement in every key. Doesn't always come out perfect, but thank God I'm a music producer and I have unlimited opportunities to get it right. I think the hardest movement here is the diminished chord. I think I have trouble with that, the F diminished 7th. That run the most in all of this, so I mess with delay a lot in the Mandelbrot pack. there's one, and I'll show you. Let's see if I can find it. I think it's called Recursion. Here it is. Let's open that up, because this one, I think the organ is the main instrument. So we're going to get Rhodes, we're going to get some synth, and it has delay, very similar to this one. I'm not even sure where the organ patch is. Let's see, do I have it? It's a Farfisa. That's why you see the tracks labeled Farfisa. It's a Farfisa that, you know, traditionally they're not run. Here it is. And what I've done is I've added a little bit of distortion through the EQ. I have it running through what's called a ring modulator. And I run it through a Leslie. Now I know they're not traditionally done like that. And when I turn up the mod wheel, both the Leslie and the ring modulator flare up. The delay comes in too. And it allows me to make this very pretty sound. Very soulful too. Well, anyway, that's how this one started. Started as an experiment with the organ. I wanted more organ stuff. Oh, it's not even playing because I have this section soloed. I can tell that when I finished this project, I was... I left something. I was listening to something. Here it is. Oh, so we've got the... Ooh, let me turn that down. Let me turn that down. I'm sorry. And something is still activated. Something is still one of the organ's MIDI part. Let's see. Oh, this was also one of the older projects. Okay, let me turn this off. Because it doesn't sound like that on their finished product. It shouldn't. What is doing that? Something's not right here. I'm actually going to turn the Nord off because I think it's playing the Nord. Yeah. We're going to go from D minor to D major. Back to D minor. There was a bass guitar in this originally. But I wanted whoever got this to have fun with the bass part on their own. The piano kind of covers the foundation of the bass anyways. Oh, the bell is in here. Sorry, that's not in there. That was an accident, that was me. Diminished chord. I love those things. Oh, the little ending here on the organ. I remember that being fun. Well, the reason you don't get organ much from me is because these keys, yeah, I used to be able to do organ slides on my Yamaha and on my old, I forget which MIDI controller it was. It was an Akai that had waterfall keys, and I could go like that, and it wouldn't hurt, it wouldn't tear my hand up. And then the 88 key that the old Yamaha that I used to use also didn't have very stiff keys. The keys on this Nord are very well built, and they're very, very sturdy, and they don't move. So like when the first time I tried an organ slide like the way I was doing here, I remember during this track too, I got some tore up my hand, like some skin was. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't pretty, but hey, it's all for the art. All for the art of it. Let's find those bells, and I need to find which track is playing the Nord, because one of these MIDI tracks is activating the Nord, and trying to remember how. Right here. Okay, so this is actually the old way I used to do it, and it had a lot of latency. It was passable, but sometimes it just sounded like I had really bad tempo, and the way that I had been doing the MIDI just wasn't solid. So let's find that. Let's listen to the Rhodes, because the Rhodes sounds like it's pretty interesting. Oh, I added distortion to it. I think that's also a D minor add 9. We were talking about the add 9 chord earlier. I think that's what this is. Oh, let me turn this on. And let me unmute the Nord, because I muted it because it was being played and I had no idea what was controlling it. So I use Ableton to control it. Ah, that's what I was doing. So basically make this shape with my hand, and I'm pedaling the A with my thumb, so this is like a D minor inversion, but I play the full triad with my index finger, ring finger, and pinky, and then I do the add 9 with my middle finger. And I'll slide my mod wheel to control the delay. I don't think the tempo is synced up for this project specifically right now. But I always make sure that the delay is in time with the BPM. And the way this chord progression works is we go from this D minor, and we walk up the scale as if we're going to do D minor to G minor, which would be pretty common, but I wanted to shake things up, so I went. And oh no, I didn't walk up the scale. So I left the minor third out, because that would kind of give us, in the melody, that would really hint that we're locked in D minor. And I know this D minor kind of does it, but all I have to do to make this part of D major is shift the minor third, which is what I do. But the melody goes, and the melody lands on the major third, turning this into this pattern in D major. But this third doesn't act like the major third of D major, because I didn't want that. That's too corny. So I used the major 7th in that key, which is the submediant, which is G major 7th. because that's such a pretty chord. I didn't do that there. I love that little progression though. So it goes. And when we do touch the A major, which is the dominant chord in D minor, D minor, I turn it into a dominant. It's not a dominant chord in the key of B minor, but since I'm using it as a secondary dominant to bring me back to D minor. Ooh, that would take me to D major. I'm sorry, G minor. If I did that little mistake. I make a lot of mistakes, but I've learned over the years to how to make them work, and that's why I love music theory so much. Is if you make a mistake with the right music theory and the right devices, you can make any mistake work. Let's listen to the bells. Oh, that's not the bell. Actually, let's listen to this in combination with the organ. Anytime I use that synthesizer, the majority of my thoughts are, I'm just gonna get on and have fun. That little movement, by the way, I didn't do it on purpose. What is it? Comes out and drives slow. You know, remember the collab me and Curtis did. It's the same since, what was that one? That one was in F sharp minor, which that little pitch bend works well in both D major and F sharp minor. And it's just something I do when I'm in those keys, and it's oops, it made its way into this. It's subtle. It's subtle, but it's nice. It's nice. It wasn't on purpose, just muscle memory. Ooh. That organ slide hurt. I could feel it even now. Which diminished chord was that? I want to know. I want to know. Because I love that little transition. There it is, right there. Oops. Is that C diminished? A C diminished seventh. And what did I go to? What did I do there? Oh, it's B minor. Okay. Pink Floyd was a huge inspiration for this. What else is going on there? I guess that was all that was going on there. What other ones do we have? What's one that I don't like? Let's find one. There weren't too many that I didn't like. Well, I tell you what. Instead of that, let's go to the ones that sound like they're out of a movie. So there's the Burning Ship Fractal, which a lot of these are named after fractal patterns discovered by Mandelbrot. He's a scientist he found these looping equations. He called them monsters, and it's very interesting, very relaxing to go and watch the fractal zooms. A drastic turn from the brass that we had, from the bluesy synthesizers that we had, the organs, the Rhodes. Totally other side of the coin. This was what the pack was originally going to sound like. All of them were going to sound like this, but the VST did not. It didn't want to work, so it didn't have. The computer couldn't run it. Here we go. This one's so cool. I love this one. That's the bass violin. Oh, there it was. There was that leitmotif. That's right. That was right. I wanted to call back not the guitar. The distorted synth did it. Da-da-da-da-da. I think in the future I'll do a pack like this. Because this was fun. I remember really liking this one. The piano just very ambient. Here comes the ending. Very cinematic, and that's originally what the whole pack was going to sound like. Like I said, came right out of Chill Bites, and wanted to make movie music. I figured, hey, I did game music, let's do movie music. And this virtual instrument's called the Sign Player. You see, I had to. Well, this is called freezing in Ableton, and it's in FL Studio, y'all have consolidating, but in Ableton, this is pretty much the same feature. It shuts down the virtual. It records what the virtual instruments do, plugins, and it converts them to audio. And if I were to just slide this frozen track to this audio track, you'll see that we have the stems right there. Now I did that because the CPU was running through the roof. I can run it now. I can run it now just fine, so let's go ahead and unfreeze this, and I'll show you this virtual instrument. Which one? You'll see my CPU's kind of spiking there too. I love those. Those sound so nice. Oh, that's right. It's locked to a certain section. So this is by a company named Orchestral Tools. Oh, it can't find it. It can't find it. That's okay. I'm not gonna break. I'm gonna break Ableton if I try it. Oh, it's loading it now. Okay, well, I think it's Metropolis Arc 1 and the Finkenstein high strings is what it is, and I'm only using the octave legato. But now I'm able to load up the whole thing, thank God. And use key switches to... Where are those key switches? Where are the key switches? Oh, past them. Here they are. This is monophonic, so you play it like a synthesizer. But you can only play past a certain range. Let's go to these ones. Because it's not key switching. But these are a beautiful sounding instrument pack for string. It's a good library. Strings, brass. This is actually where I got the brass for Planned and Plotted. And like I said, I had to put these into my Nord because I couldn't run it originally. Let's find a different instrument to take a listen to. Let's go to the lead sound, because the lead synthesizer is my favorite sound in this track. And the reason that these are so precise is because after everything was done, I slowed the tempo down and played these in like I did in Chill Bites. I wish I could play that. Pretty neat, pretty neat. Oh, that was something that I did in Chill Bites. I say, like, if you need ARPs, or your sounds sound like they need an ARP, I say go grab the MIDI from Chill Bites, because a lot of it's like this. I wouldn't mind making another pack like that. I just don't know what I'm going to do next, you know? And we've got the chimes as well. Let's see what the chimes do. I don't think I mess with the modulation here. And what is the theory behind that chord change? I'm so curious. Let's go look at the strings, because the strings probably have the full chords in them. Oh, they don't. They don't have the full chords. Who does, though? And Curtis also flipped this one. What do we got? What else do we have? Let's hop over to Nova, because I don't think I liked Nova. Nova's one of the older ones. And I was also trying to write, I think in this one, this one takes a while. From what I remember, it takes a while to get to the highlight of the loop, if I remember correctly. And I was trying to write this one like Nautilus by Bob James. And it's, I remember having trouble, or it being slow, one of the two. Yeah, and the bass guitar's in this. vibraphone. I think that's you only get that instrument in this track, I think. All of it's based around the ninth chord. Here comes the good part. Like, it takes a while to get there. That came out. I got lucky with that one. Once again, everything's mostly in synchronization there. That never gets old. That little... The way that synthesizer trails off like that is always so nice. But yeah, we had a vibraphone in here. And I think this is the only time you get it. Oh, okay. Where is that? Here we go. Here we go. I think there's this little... Is that all I'm doing there with it? Oh, the Rhodes. The Rhodes. It's that. That's such a nice chord. That's why I give you the Midi, so you can come in and have these little individual parts. I wish I could give you the stems. I think this is one of the few tracks that you get this sound to. I stopped using this sound because I didn't really like it that much. It's an interesting sound. But I've never been a fan of that kind of sound. Where's the bass guitar? Now that we got a bass guitar in here, where's it at? Here it is. Not bad, not bad at all. You know, I hated that one, but sheesh, it's good. Like it's all right. Like I don't hate it now. I actually really like it. Excessive Heat. I remember it being a really hot day that day when I wrote that one. No, we're not gonna save those changes. Like I don't want to mess with these sessions. Like even though they're kind of broken. See, this is another one I used Tape Boy on. Excessive Heat was one of the earlier ones. And I had this synthesizer. Oh, good. I can play again. This one. this was one of the few tracks that I use it in. And I use it as more of a bass sound, but I think I EQ'd out all the frequencies. This was one of those loops that had it. And I remember this particular loop being kind of loud, if I remember correctly. Easy chord progression, but it just sounds nice. We even change keys in this one. I think we go to E minor at some point. There's that movement. There's the E minor. You can use diminished chords to jump to key signatures that are a minor third away. Hey, no, it's the cupcake. I said earlier that we didn't use the cupcake in piano, but there it is. That's it. That's it. That's the one. I didn't think I used it. It just shows you how long it's been since I've touched these. Very easy track to make because a lot of it is just based around G minor, D minor. I think we go C minor as well, E flat major, and then we hop over to E minor for a bit. That's nice. That is a really nice one. It's not too intricate, right? It's just a jam. Sometimes they come out that way. What's another one? Well, let's take a look. Some of these I don't remember what they sound like. Orbit in Decay. What is this? What does this sound like? You know, with a name like that, it sounds like it would be cinematic. I think there's 2 cinematic tracks in here. And I don't know if this is... Oh no, this is one of those minimal ones. What is this? Oh, it's this track. Never mind. This was one of those tracks that I hated. I did not like this one. I don't think I liked this one. Let's take a listen. Oh, yeah, I remember it. A lot of the ones in E minor, for some reason, I just ended up not liking. Maybe this will change my mind. It's been a long time. That's very in the air tonight style. A synth line. That's why I didn't like it, because it's not very intricate. There were some of these that felt, I'm not gonna lie to you, like they felt stale. Some of them, like this was one of the ones that I didn't listen to very often because after I finished making it, I was just like, just be done with it. I made it and I put it. It'd be useful. It's gonna be useful to somebody, which is why I, didn't delete the idea. But it's just typical me, like I was. Honestly, I listen to myself so much that I'm like, You know, I hear myself play all the time. Like, this is, to me, it's nothing new. But you know, this might be somebody's first track that gets them into me, you know? So I put it out there anyway. It's a jam. It's a jam track. At least I gave you one of those endings. At least the ending is nice. And no wonder I didn't remember that one. I abandoned it as quick as I could. Let's see. Equations of an ethereal state that's in G minor. I think this is one of the bigger ones. I don't think there's too many of these. Tape Boy. Oh, Tape Boy. Which one is this? Let's take a listen. I think this has strings and brass. It does, yeah. This one's good. I like this one. It's just loud, so I'll turn it down. D flat. Okay, that's nice. So if this is in G minor, how did I get to D flat? That's pretty. Nice. There's that movement again. Now, like I said, you're going to hear that a lot. It's neat. I think there used to be a bass guitar in this keeping rhythm, but I think I got rid of it. There's not very many on here that have bass. Oh, you know what? There is this one. This was the very last one I made. I had 31 loops. Kurt asked me to make a new one for his sample course, where I teach you how to, you know, kind of how I make my samples. And I made this one specifically for the course. Videotape myself, make it videotape like I have a camcorder. I used OBS to record myself playing it, and this came out, and I got very lucky with this because I wasn't sure what I was going to write, but this came out. I don't think I could play that again. I got very lucky with it. Luckily, it's all recorded. Typical Aaron Barber right there. That progression. And I remember talking to Kurt, and I was like, hey, you don't mind a 6 to a 5 progression, do you? But it came out fine. Oh, there's that again. I think I realized I was repeating myself, so I went back to the main melody. Sheesh. I did good. I think those are all suspended chords, and I'm moving chromatically there at the beginning. I'm curious. Oh, the organ is going crazy. So I actually have the organ in this one. What is it doing? I want to figure that out first before I move on to it. So that's it. So they're suspended chords moving chromatically. Da. Whoop. They're neither major or minor. It could be either one. So that's what that was if it was major. A major being the landing zone. But it really sounds like it's an F sharp minor. Oops, that wasn't an F sharp minor. I got lucky. I really got lucky with that one. And I can tell that I ran out of ideas because going to pure suspended chords is something I do when I'm just fresh out of ideas. And it came out nice. The same thing with this progression that happens. It's just one of my favorites. When I run out of ideas, I'll just do what I love to do. Like, I'll do my favorites, even though I've given them before. What did I do? Because we did get to that progression. Okay, so I bounce between B flat major and A minor. That's cool. That's really cool. Let's listen to that. Let's listen to that synthesizer on its own. That is sweet. I'll show you the MIDI line for it. Show you the pitch bend. I love pitch bends. Sometimes I'll use the pitch bend for vibrato, since on the Nord, there it is. That's nice. And land back in D major. I remember that. The loops are very mellow. They're heavily inspired by old 60s records. 70s records. Not 60s, 70s records. I'm looking for the free tempo loops. I think I did those all in one set. Let's see. Okay, I'm actually going to end the stream. It sounds like my kid is terrorizing my wife, so I love y'all. Thank you for watching. If you want to support the channel, of course, go pick up Mandelbrot when it comes out. I think you'll have fun with it. You have yourself a great day. Oh, look at me, I'm streaming. But we're going to end this right now. Y'all have a good one. And I'll have a video of everything very soon. You take care. Bye-bye.